It was a direct statement that made clear the president's position on an issue that divides many Americans.
At a certain point, I've just concluded that for me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
Joining me are Matt Stevens, partner with Progressive Law Group and instructor of constitutional law at UCSD. He's been working on LGBT civil rights for a decade. And Jennifer Roback Morse is an economist, founder of the Ruth Institute, and a spokesperson for the National Organization for Marriage. Thank you both for being here. Jennifer, let's begin with you. Your organization believes marriage should be between a man and a woman. Now that the president has affirmed this position, how will this affect your efforts moving forward to preserve that view of marriage?
Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, he has energized our base. I mean, I was doing some conservative radio yesterday all across the country, and the people who were calling me in are people who were basically kind of lukewarm about Mitt Romney because he's, they perceive him as kind of gushy on these issues. But with Barack Obama making such a strong statement on the other side, many of the people on the social conservative base are going to be very motivated and very passionate about defeating Barack Obama in November. So I feel like he's thrown us an interception, and Team Romney has to not fumble the ball, and Team Nom has to not fumble the ball. But I think he's actually helped us.
Now, Matt, let's go to you. We know that Prop 8 has been tied up in the courts for a while now. That is a ban on same-sex marriage here in California. Do you think this could have an impact now?
That's an interesting question, and I do think that some of what the courts have done actually helped President Obama evolve in his thinking because he understands the legal ramifications and implications. So I think it's a two-way street, if you will. There are many Republican appointees on the bench who understand that Prop 8 is, in fact, unconstitutional. So I think that the president coming out and voicing that position will lend support to any judge who might be on the fence for personal reasons about that.
Do you think, that, Jennifer, that this could ultimately lead to federal law that says same-sex marriage is legal everywhere?
Well, that's the high-stakes game that we've been playing here all along, certainly with the Defense of Marriage Act and also with the federal court case surrounding Proposition 8. The whole idea is to say there's a federal right to genderless marriage, and we're going to find it at the federal level. And so all of those court cases, all of those different things going on at the state level, that doesn't matter anymore. And so I think that it's clear that as president, as the chief executive officer of the United States of America, Barack Obama has the power to do a lot of things to move things in that direction. And in fact, let's be honest, he already has. I mean, he refused to defend the Defense of Marriage Act, which was in fact his responsibility as the chief executive officer of the United States. It's their responsibility to enforce the laws, and that was the law. And so he's already done things to push things along in the direction of federal, recognizing some kind of federal right to genderless marriage.
I want to talk about the law a little bit, because what I found interesting last night and a lot of the commentary on this is some of the discussion was about how marriage and the law has changed already. When we look at women, originally in the U.S., marriage was defined by British rule, and women were considered property. I came across this too late this morning. I want to show people at home. Now, this is a section from a report from a committee in New York referring to marriage, and it says, as society progresses, new wants are felt. New facts and combinations are presented which constantly call for more or less of addition to the body of our laws. They believe that the time has come when certain alterations and amendments are, by common consent, admitted as proper and necessary. Now, this comes from the New York Legislative Committee back in 1854, and this is a committee that said, you know what, we ought to give women some rights. They shouldn't be property anymore, and it's acknowledging that society has changed, so let's change our laws regarding marriage. Aren't we at that same point today?
Well, it depends on what you think the public purpose of marriage is. What is the essential public purpose of marriage? I think that the essential public purpose of marriage, as opposed to all the private purposes and private reasons people might have for getting married, the public purpose of marriage is to attach mothers and fathers to their children and to one another. And if you didn't need to get that purpose done, if you didn't need to get that job done, I don't think anybody would have ever thought of lifelong sexual exclusivity or recognizing certain relationships as being special and different from others. I think it's essential in exactly that sense. If not not for that purpose, you wouldn't have marriage at all.
I want to go to you, Matt, because we're running out of time. But first of all, I do want to show an excerpt from your website because I believe also the definition of marriage as defined by your group is more than just having children. It's about lifelong
married love.
And also sexual relationship. We've got it up online in terms of how your organization defines marriage. I want to go to you, Matt, quickly in terms of the law across the country, what kind of impact this might have.
I think it's really important, and the president has left room for the states to define marriage as has traditionally been the case. And I think part of the reason that he said that is to give people room to evolve like they did in 1854. The conversation will continue, but there has to be a federal baseline of rights, and you can't distinguish a class of people and make them less valued at the hands of their state. That's what we're really talking about.
We're out of time, but I want to give you 10 seconds to have the last word.
Well, we think that attaching mothers and fathers to their children and one another is a purpose that isn't going to go away, and it is an essential public purpose that still needs to get done no matter how far we evolve. Kids still need a mom and a dad and have a right to know who they are.
And that's not achieved by discrimination.
We've got so much more on our website, kpbs.org. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.